Hello, and thank you for watching Accelerate with Nerdio. In today's lesson, I'm going to walk you through configuring single user personal desktop host pool autoscale in Nerdio Manager for MSP. As always, check out help.nerdio.net for access to all of our amazing content. Right, so single user personal desktop host pools, these allow you to provide dedicated, permanently assigned VMs to users. That VM is owned in a one-to-one relationship with that user. If you recall, you can do non-dedicated single user host pools, right? So they could land on any of those machines. In this case, these are dedicated. Maybe you have a specific use case where you've got a dev team that is installing their own apps that individuals are working on. Whatever it is that ties a user's need to have the same desktop every time, as well as a one-to-one desktop experience, right? So the goal with auto scaling is to keep those desktops on during predefined working hours and then automatically shut them off outside of those hours, right? When we power them off, we deallocate and we stop our costs. So really easy to configure. We're going to look at that desktop template image. We're going to set our VM size, our OS disk size. So these are configured when I built out the pool, and I'm going to keep them the same as they are. But really the definition here necessary is working hours, right? So working hours define when the machine should be on. Anything outside of that period, it's going to trigger scale, which in this case is power off. And so let's look at our options. Power off aggressiveness, currently set to medium. As we cycle through the options, we can hit the info button to see what that aggressiveness looks like. At high, it's going to power off immediately, right? All VMs, whether they have active or disconnected sessions, right? So a user will get messaged and be told, hey, your machine's getting powered off. You're not going to be able to work any longer. If we go to medium, active users should be left alone. It's just going to be those with disconnected sessions or no sessions, right? So that might be where you want to be. If people are working late, they're not going to get impacted. But if people are already disconnected or gone for the day, awesome, let's stop that compute cost. Low, not commonly used, but this would just be no active or disconnected, right? So this could be allowing people to leave in a state and then come back 4 hours later in the evening, right? They have not disconnected. It just really depends on what your use case is. So keep in mind that you can check what that aggressiveness will look like by clicking the info button. Power on timing. We'll see we have never, once, and continuously. Never is going to not power anything on at work hours, right? Users can choose to sign in and power on their desktop. So the scale will never bring anything on until the compute is needed. Once, we'll at least try to power it on. We'll power it on once at the start of working hours. It will not automatically try to power it on again. And then continuously means it's going to ensure that those desktops are always in an on state, right? So if someone powers it off during work hours, AutoScale is going to see that and immediately power it back on. Same options with power off timing, right? So again, this is going to look at how those machines are getting powered off after work hours and whether or not you're going to allow users to power machines back on by trying to log in. So really important options here to configure and set. End goal being, when are my machines on, when are they off, and do my users have the ability to be impacted by this process and or impact this process by bringing machines back online. And you'll notice messaging as always. You can set up that. And that's it for setting up autoscale for single user pooled desktops. As always, please visit help.nerdio.net for access to all of our amazing content. Thank you.